Now the h1, let's give it a class of title, okay, and then inside it we say sign up, and then below it let's create an HTML form. Let's ignore the action here because we would just submit the form and then capture it in a function. So the form will now have a div. This div will have, we want to create about 3 of these divs, so let's do *3 and then a greater than sign. Inside the divs we'll have a label and then plus also some inputs. The input for now, let's say it will be input of type text, okay, then let's press the tab key, so it will generate, auto generate that for us. So when I click on save, Prettier will auto format this for us. So now I can start putting in the details. So the first one is going to be username, then the label name will be username. Then when we move to this part, we will have to tag it to the username we have created here. So that is how we do it. Then the next one is going to be email. Then we will come here and put the email label there. Then we'll tag this to the email we have specified here. So email. Then the next one would be the password. So it means then there with the email, let's change the type to email, okay. So the type would be changed to email. No, sorry, we are doing it wrongly. We have to do it here, email, okay. So it's going to be input of type email. This is going to be input of type text for username, and then this part is going to be input of type password, okay. Then the HTML4 will be password, the label will be password. Then let's provide the name. Let me just double click here, copy, paste and paste here. Then we need one more of this for confirm password, since we are registering a new password. So we'll say password confirm. So let's do -confirm, and then here will be confirm space password. Then let's copy this here, then replace this with it. It must match with this. Then the last part is going to be a div with an input of type submit, okay. Then the label, what will display as a label is going to be sign up. So we have that. So we have created our sign up interface. We are yet to style it, but then we would copy the same thing. Let's collapse this whole thing, copy the same thing, and then because the sign in is going to be similar, so when you collapse that, you just copy and replace this whole part with it. And then we'll make some few changes here. This place is going to be a class of sign in, okay, for the sign in, and then the label will also be sign in, not sign up. The class is of the heading is going to be still be title. Then we need the email to log in, okay. We don't need the username of the person, we need the email. And then we also need the password. We don't need the confirm password section. And then we need to also submit, which will be sign in instead of sign up. So we are done with this part also, right? So when you view the page, we should have the sign in like this and the sign up like this. So we'll move to the style sheet to actually design. Let's delete the default styling from React. And then we'll go to, let's go to Google Fonts. So we say fonts.google.com. so that's it, fonts.google.com. and then we'll search for Poppins. Once you see it, just click on it, and then you go to get font. Okay, then choose get embedded code, and then we'll use the import because we want to put it in the React. Copy the portion where, and then exclude the style because we are actually pasting it in a style sheet, so there's no need using that style. So we'll just come to our style sheet at the very top and paste that. Hit enter and come down, and then set the body and say fonts family is going to be our Poppins. Okay, but then in case that is not gotten, then it should default to sans serif. So this is what we are going to do. Now you can see our styling is slightly changed. Then we'll style the other sections of our page. So we have the heading, and we are calling it the title. So we'll say dot title is going to be a color of blue, and then it's going to be a font size of 20 px. So when I save this, we'll see that's affected on the page. Good. Then the next thing is we also have the dashboard class. We want it to have a padding of 40 px, so it will move the whole content inward a bit because it's too close to the edge. Then we have, so as I'm doing this, it's also affecting the sign up. So let's look at this, it's from the sign ups angle. Now we want to work on the navs. Okay, so we'll say the dashboard, because the nav is inside the dashboard, it should drill down and do a border bottom of 1 ps solid, and then Gainsborough, and then we also have the dashboard anchors. So the dashboard, the nav, and then the anchors. So that is going to have a text decoration. We have some underline there, we want to remove it, so text decoration is going to be none. And then we have display to be inline block. Okay, inline block here. So it will have the properties of width and height. So we will say it should have a height of width of 60 px and a padding. Okay, so instead of setting a height, we are giving it a padding of 8 px by 15 px. Then we also would style the sign up from the direct divs inside it would have a margin. We have one for the same layout for sign in. Okay, so there is a div. So what I'm going to do is do this and say dot sign in. The form also have a div inside it. This effect should be applied so that it will space them out a bit. They are too close to each other, the rows. So the margin bottom should be 8 px, so it will space it out a bit. Likewise, when I go to the sign up, it spaces them up a little bit. And then dot sign up, the form has a label. dot sign up, the form has a label. We'll say it should display inline block and have a width of 155 px. Okay, and then display inline block a width of 155 px. Sign up, and then when you go to the sign in, we want to have this. The sign in form label will have display is also inline block, but then it will have a width of 100 px. Then the text boxes themselves. So now we have this broke to a new line because there's no enough space at the edge. Okay, so it's as if it's responsive. Now the next thing we want to look at is dot sign up from the input of type test, and then also the sign up from input of type password, and then the sign up from input of type email. So we are targeting these elements here. So when I expand this, you see we have the input elements of type here. So this is of type test, this is of type email, this is of type password, and this is also of type password. So that's what we are targeting here. And then we also have the sign in, not the sign up, sign in also from, we want to apply the same effects to them. That also have a type of password, email, and then the sign in, the spelling must be correct, input of type password. So they'll all have a padding of 4 px by 8 px. Okay, so that would give it that padding. So we have that and we have that here. That is very nice. Okay, and then we want to style the submits of both. So we'll say dot sign up from input of type submit, and then also dot sign up from input of type also submit. So that's would be targeted. They will have a padding of 10 px by 18 px. They will also have a border of none. Okay, we are removing the border. Font size of 18 px. Cursor of pointer. Okay, when we put the mouse pointer on it, it should change into a hand pointer, and so that should give us the style we need for this. Let's refresh that. So we have sign up and sign in, not sign up and sign up, sign up and sign in. So we have this and we have that also. Okay, so I think that is okay for these pages.